Hey class, today I'll be going over my quality of character. The quality of character I've chosen is integrity. We hear a lot of integrity in our society today. We hear it in schools, we hear it at a workplace, we hear it in sports. But what does integrity really mean? Today I'll be going over the definition of integrity, my own definition, and also other people's definition of integrity, and also examples of integrity in everyday life, and the importance of integrity inside coaching. So what is integrity? To me, integrity is saying you're going to do something and then going out and doing it. Integrity is aligning your actions with your beliefs and values. It's the quality of being honest and doing the right thing regardless of the circumstance. If you could only imagine a world where everyone had integrity, which means they were honest about what they were saying, and then they're going out and doing it, which means their words meet their action and their actions meet their words, which means they would keep their promise. If that were true, then we wouldn't need any contracts, we wouldn't need to sign any documents. We could just trust someone's word that they would go out and do the things that they'll tell us to do. Fortunately, that is not the world we live in. Integrity is really hard to find. Is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. And a lot of times, integrity is so hard to find because everyone is out there for their own personal mission, which could be anything. Could be money, fame, trying to one-up somebody. And a person with integrity doesn't really care about that. They have a moral principle, they have values, and they're just trying to do what is right, regardless of the circumstances for themselves. There's a great quote here by Marvin Williams: "There's no better test of a man's integrity than his behavior when he is wrong." People with integrity do not claim to be perfect. We aren't perfect at all. No one is perfect. Instead, people with integrity are quick to acknowledge their own faults and mistakes. Importance of integrity is really important because words and actions mean a lot. The more you do it, the more you're truthful, the more you're honest, the easier it's going to be. And the same thing could be said about lying. Once you lie one time, it's easier to lie again and again and again, and then your words won't mean anything anymore. The same thing with being a person that has integrity. Once you're honest, once you show their actions meet your words, you get better and better at it, and you build this reputation of being a person with integrity, and then people trust you. By living a life with strong moral uprightness and values, you provide an example for other people to follow. Those with integrity communicate clearly, which allows other people to trust them. I like this quote in John Maxwell's Ethics 101 book. It says, "People who want to be trusted maintain integrity." Acting with integrity gives you peace of mind in knowing you did the right thing regardless of the outcome. Here's a great video of integrity by Jeremy Kingsley. He gives his own definition of integrity, and he gives 3 examples, which is really good. I really like his definition of integrity. It is a person with integrity knows the right thing, says the right thing, and does the right thing. So there's 3 ways. Even as you're a young person growing up, you know right from wrong. So the first thing is knowing what the right thing is. The second thing is saying what the right thing is. And third is the action, right? Doing the right thing, which is very hard. So my example of integrity I gave is this lady, Sarah, trying to parallel park in a tight space. She accidentally hits a car right behind her as she parallel parks. Parallel parking is hard. Sometimes accidents do happen. And right here it happens. She scratched a car right behind her. It was a minor hit. However, she sees that there's no witnesses and there's no one in the car. If she has no integrity, she could flee the scene and act like nothing happened. So if we use Jeremy Kingsley's Definition of integrity: she knows the right thing to do. The wrong thing to do is just to flee. So she knows the right thing to do is to stay. Also, the right thing to do is to report yourself. So that's the action that she should be doing if she was a person with integrity, is to report herself because she accidentally hit someone's car. Which it could be a minor, it could be a big one, but the right thing to do is the right thing to do. So here she has integrity. She writes on a post-it note her name, what happened, and also a number with an apology on it, so that the person that got hit can just contact her. So that is a person with integrity. Example of integrity inside coaching: obviously coaches spend a lot of time recruiting players. They have to persuade parents and also players to play for their schools the following year, so they're constantly in communication. A lot of times schools and coaches have gotten in trouble for using illegal recruiting methods. This could be bribing players or lying to athletes about playing time, and unfortunately stuff like that does happen. We see it a lot. Coaches with integrity uphold ethical standards and are honest with their players, coaching staff, and administration. Here's a great video on integrity. It's the movie Remember the Titans. It's a great movie to watch. It has a lot of moral, ethical values, and here is a scene about integrity. So you have the time, just watch it. This is where Jerry talks to Coach Boone after the game and wants to cut Ray off the team. Apparently, Jerry says Ray missed a block on purpose, which does not sit well with Jerry at all because it just messes up the integrity of the game. Coach Boone, for him, he never cuts players at all, but he trusts his captain and he trusts his word, and so he allows Jerry to go ahead and cut Ray. So you mess with the integrity of the game, and because Coach Boone supports his captain and trusts him, he allows Jerry to cut Ray. So that's a great video. People without integrity. People without integrity, these are individuals who say something and then just don't do it, right? When an individual believes in one thing but does something else, they lack integrity. Oh, this is hypocrisy. It's claiming to have some moral values or more values, but displaying actions that don't conform to them. Here's a great video. It's a March Madness video. They played every March Madness during March, during the basketball season as well. This is where Alex is playing, I believe, in a championship game, and it's a close game throughout the game, and there's a loose ball, and he tips the ball out of bounds, but the referee calls the ball and says that it is their ball. So a timeout is called, and Alex goes to the bench, and he doesn't feel like it's right. So he tells his coach during the timeout, hey coach, I touched the ball last, it should be their ball. And his teammates at first, they're mad at him, they're asking why he's doing that, and he tells them again, it's not right. I touched the ball last, it should be their ball, and it's a championship game. And so his coach looks at him and he tells the referee, hey, my player touched the ball, it should be the other team's ball. And that is a person with high moral integrity to try to win the game the right way, even though it went against the team and it went against him. He knew the right thing to do was to give the other team the ball because it was out on him. So I think that was a great video. They show it every March Madness. In conclusion, John Maxwell's book, Ethics 101, page 8, they always ask, use the golden rule. The golden rule is great because you always ask yourself, how would I like to be treated in this situation? So if you put your foot in the other person's shoe, how would you want to be treated? So if we use that to act on integrity, then we are more likely to be a person with high values and morals.